very Christmassy sounding.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the episode.
What are you shaking? What do you got?
One of those little eggs. I got it at the fucking Guitar Center when we were buying gear.
It's a musical thing? Like you shake it?
Todd, we're going to blow up a stump, dude. I wish you had a stump at your house we need to get rid of.
Yeah, I don't know if we should dynamite here at my addition.
You're right. Probably don't want to blow up your stumps in the backyard.
But
we can go out in the country, find us a stump.
Oh, yeah. No, I think get dynamite. We probably can find it.
Blow up a stump. Hey, guys, also, if you're not on our YouTube, can you please go ahead and just we'll wait here. You guys going over to YouTube and subscribe to Guns Blazin Pod.
When we get 1,000 subscribers, we're blowing up a stump.
They have different types of shit, so it sounds a little different, but this is the one I got.
Nice. You're ready for the band, bro.
Look, right as soon as the plot unfoils.
Or you could be hiking in the mountains in California, shake it. Somebody thinks there's a rattler. They shit their pants. It's hilarious.
They're ready for it there, man. They're ready. I'm ready. You're ready.
We're all
I hope
ready.
everybody's ready.
You got Christmas lights behind you. You got some garland or something. Is that what it's on? What is it? It's a vine thing going up your wall.
No, that's
a tree.
That's the lights.
Oh,
that's the tree.
Lights.
That's my tree. It's got. Listen, I'm not trying to stunt on everybody listening because we know we got a lot of very ballerish ass people listening. We know we have several executives and whatnot, some high level execs.
Mm-hmm. The guy that started Google.
Him.
Several people.
His brother, definitely. I talk to him all the time. And this has got 8 modes on it, this light setup. Look at this. I'll drop it look at that. That's just a slow crawl.
8 different modes.
With the dimmer. You got the dim modes. You got the pop around modes. Pop it around. Look at my tree. People weren't really ready for that level of mode. You know what I mean?
Is there a Hanukkah sequence? Are the lights different for Hanukkah than they are Christmas?
That's right there. Look at that one.
That's Hanukkah?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
That's Hanukkah.
I like it.
It blinks 21 times. Is that how many nights of gifts?
In a second. I don't remember.
I'm not sure. Dude.
It's longer than ours. We get the one day. One day.
But we get all the gifts though at one day. They only get one a day.
True. That's true. Did you ever... Was it a thing in your family to open one gift on Christmas Eve?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We got to do that.
Really?
And then one year out of nowhere, we just kind of shifted to just doing it on Christmas Eve night. I don't know. Maybe
the
when
whole
we got
thing?
older?
Yeah, I think when you get older, that's a thing. Because, it's like, fuck it. Let's all sleep in a little bit on Christmas. Yeah. We don't have to get up at like 4 a.m. because when you're a kid, you maybe sleep a half hour anyway.
Yeah, you can't go to sleep. You're thinking of all the shit you hope you get. You know what I mean? What are you gonna? One year we got popped, bro. Me and my brother, we went. My mom was at work, and we opened up every single thing on the tape. We lifted it up to look at what it was. This was after Santa Claus. We knew he wasn't real, but my mom was Christmas shopping, and then they put him out, and then she went to work. And they had a full investigation. So, what do you think you got for Christmas? They launched a full investigation. We got investigated separately and together, and we ended up confessing.
One time I got a full-size arcade game, and my dad put it in the garage. I guess he had it for like a month before Christmas, and all he did was throw a blanket over it, and I didn't know. Like it was next to the freezer. I would go in that freezer and grab popsicles and shit all the time.
I wonder what that is. I wonder what that big thing is with the blanket over it.
I never even looked at it. I'm like, I don't know. My mom must be painting a cabinet or something. My fucking Zaxxon machine. Do you remember Zaxxon from back in the day?
What was that?
You flew the spaceship over the city, and you just had to navigate around buildings and shit, and you could shoot stuff. But it was the first one that was like 3D.
I know what it looks like, and I remember it, but it's been a while. I can't really place it.
It was the first space one that looked 3D, because before that we had Galaga and shit like that where shit just moved sideways. That's all you could do,
Yeah, you get to shoot up, try to hit the little buddies up there.
Uh-huh. That game.
My lady always beats me in Miss Pac-Man. She's really good at it.
Really?
She's smooth with it. She's really good at that game. It's Christmas right now. You had me. I don't know what it was, what you did it for. But you just said, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you just watch Fat Man? It's on Amazon Video. Can you just watch this Christmas movie? It's a Christmas movie. I'll tell you what, you really ruined Christmas there, Todd. That was a wild movie. Should we?
I love it.
It was such a. Now, how do we want to do this? Because we want people to watch it.
Yeah, I do. I fucking love that movie. It's now my new favorite Christmas movie. It's my new favorite Christmas movie. I got a big page of notes
here. And I was like, I mean, a couple things you can. I mean, what do we want to do? We want to revisit this in a few weeks?
No, right now, because it's Christmas movie season right now. Oh, people are always looking for Christmas movies.
So, all right, here's what we're going to do. Do you want to talk about it? Like, the people who don't give a fuck and just listen? Because what if people want to watch the movie, but they don't want us to ruin it? Like with some spoilers and shit like that.
Fuck, I didn't even think about that. Let's give them the premise and let's have people watch it.
I just want them to just watch it without anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell them what it is. I'm just going to tell them it's a Christmas movie.
You're not going to tell them who's in it?
Mel Gibson's in it.
And Walter Goggins.
And Walter Goggins.
He's fucking huge right now.
And it's a Christmas movie. And it's awkwardly awesome. I don't know. I love it.
It's the weirdest.
I don't know about love, but
this is what I love about it, is somebody got high as fuck when they wrote that movie.
Whoever wrote that script is a maniac. That's what I know. I don't know if that's where Mel Gibson is in his career right now, which I could see that being a Mel Gibson written script. Can Jarrett look that up?
Jarrett, look up
who wrote that movie
and who directed it and what else each of those have done, because that's gonna
the Johnny Carson shot.
Oh my God!
It was whiskey with the fucking Alka-Seltzer tablet in it, tablet, and he puts it to the face. He calls it the Johnny Carson shot.
Okay, we got a thumbs up. We got some IMDb information here.
Okay,
Jarrett.
Right. It's directed and written by Esham Nels and Ian Nelms. So I'm guessing they're siblings.
Are they trying to pull up?
Well, let's see. They don't even have Wikipedia pages, so they must not have done anything.
Mel Gibson's giving homies shots. He's getting people to submit scripts. Dude, he's like, fuck it, I'm rolling with these two brothers.
Budget, though, you got Walter Goggins, one of the hottest items in Hollywood right now.
Yeah,
dude, coming from Justified and The Shield. I mean, this dude is hot as fuck. He's done all those Danny McBride movies. He was in Vice Principals, or those TV shows. That dude, you could probably get, Mel Gibson for like 50 grand or something. You got to go to Walter Goggins. You're paying something.
They've done 3 full-length movies. Okay, and the rest are all shorts.
You never heard of them. Okay,
I liked it. I mean, look,
it's bizarre.
There is a very bizarre feel to it. Like there's this what's going on here? Like the way they cross over genre. But
let me say this: you guys all heard my high note about the Christmas movie I wanted to make. When I first read the description, I started watching it. For a moment, I was like, "Are these motherfuckers still my movie idea?" Like it was that weird. Like it. Yeah. So, and I personally, it's my new favorite Christmas movie. I'll just say that. You guys
your
watch
new favorite, huh?
Yeah, and we'll talk about it on Thursday's show. How about that?
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna do this. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have we'll talk about it for a few minutes at the next episode. Give people a shot to go watch it today and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Or Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll talk about it on Thursday again. And we'll tell them in the description where to fast forward, so if they haven't watched it.
Yeah,
because this shit is
a plan. And maybe
you gotta rent it. It's a $7 buy. It's a $6 buy or whatever. But I had to do it because we don't, just for the fucking podcast. Like this is a maniac shit going on. My lady was sitting here watching it like, what the fuck?
I stumbled across it on accident because you kind of can't tell it's Mel Gibson unless you're looking for Mel Gibson in the photo. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I just I hit that trailer, dude, and I was like, what? This is the weirdest shit I've ever seen. I've got to watch it.
Yeah.
Right? So I did. I'm happy I did.
Was fucking clean pick off by you there. I'm really interested to hear what the masses say about it. That's what I want to hear.
It's going to be interesting. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. It's pretty polarizing. Get it, polar?
Look at dude, you're crushing the puns right now.
I'm crushing them.
You're a fucking savage.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Setup. Christmas movie?
Prior to Fat Man, what was your favorite Christmas movie?
I'm going to have to, listen, I think fucking Little Red Rider, BB Gun, man.
Oh, Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. I think that's what I have to roll with just because I just love the voiceover from this kid as an adult, but like telling his kid stories, just like that whole setup of how it is. And then him going through the story, the trials and the tribulations of a little kid. And then he fucked around with the BB gun and the tongue. And
the dad is
dealing
hilarious.
With his family, the dad. That's definitely, I think is my favorite.
It's a great movie. If I want to cry, I watch Jack Frost with Michael Keaton, where he dies and becomes a snowman.
Yeah.
And then plays with his son when he didn't have time before, but he was pre-snowman. He had no time. He was a busy businessman.
Yeah. But he had to die and come back as a fucking snowman?
Yeah, to learn how to build a real relationship with his son.
That's wild what people go through to hang out with the kids. That's why I'm glad I never, I didn't grow up with my dad, and I didn't know, me and my brother had different dads till I was like 15. And I didn't meet my dad till I was like 18.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad I didn't search for my dad like the way like the whole Luke Skywalker and fucking Darth Vader, the way that they came to their conclusion,
Yeah, it could be worse.
Because I met my dad. I remember he was like, I don't know, I was 18. He was probably close to 50, I'm assuming. He had a mullet.
That's the first time you met your dad?
First time I met my dad was he saw me a couple of times when I was little, but I don't remember.
Yeah, sure.
But I went there. I meant to meet him, right? I met him at a Denny's at noon in my little town, Yuma, Arizona. Met him at the Denny's up by 85. He was sitting at the counter with a mullet. I mean, fucking hard mullet. Like, you see how dark and, how streaked my hair is, just like jet black?
Right.
He had like a flat top kind of thing going on up top with a party straight down the back, dude.
Holy shit.
I mean, full sides off, fucking slamming just sipping a Coors Light, man, at the bar at noon on like a Tuesday, about to meet me, dude. Is at a Denny's, bro.
Oh my God.
It's like, hey, Dad.
Did you guys hit it off?
We wanted to. I wanted to. I really did.
Yeah.
It did answer a lot of questions in my life because nobody looked like me or acted like me growing up my entire life. And then I met my dad and all his family. Like, I love my family, obviously, but I was just not like anybody.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I went to a family reunion on my dad's side, and it looked like I was part of like a clone factory.
Really?
Yeah, it was just, I walked into a room of me's.
So you're hardcore your dad's side, everything. Like physical traits.
Yes, everything, yes. Yeah, everything.
Holy shit. That's
even the eye. The eye is hereditary.
Really?
Yeah, I got an uncle, a grandpa. My dad's eye's fucked up. So he's got some fucked up shit going on with his eye. My grandpa on my dad's side, and also my uncle on my dad's side. It's definitely hereditary.
That had to feel bizarre. You're like, holy shit.
They drank like me, which was way different because my mom's side of the family was a lot more conservative. Like, like my grandfather, everybody drank, but not like partied together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my dad's side, I still talk to my sister and my brother on that side, but that's really it. Yeah, everybody, like, they're just like, I walked into like a place, and it was a family reunion, and they're all there. I was like, what?
You're like, holy shit.
It was a wild little situation from being like,
bet.
Walking into, and it's like, everybody looks like me, kind of.
Damn.
There's old me, there's girl me, there's young little me, there's big me with a crazier eye.
Wow, man, that's bizarre. I never thought about that before because I knew you didn't grow up with your dad or anything.
Yeah.
But
No, just me, my mom, brother, my mom's, my grandma, grandpa, and my mom's brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
But then I had to drive back that night to Yuma from Tucson or something, from Phoenix, and I was working graveyard at the sheriff's department. I was still in the academy, and I was in the new intake unit where there was nobody, there was no prisoners, dude, and the little control room was like at 40 degrees. Wow. And it was dark in there. And I was just out cold. And I had no fucking prisoners. So it didn't like, it's not like something would have happened in my unit. I was a rookie and that I wasn't even allowed to be around the prisoners yet. They just had me hanging out in the intake unit for a couple of weeks for some whatever. But they had to stop the academy and restart it. So we had like this 3-week window.
Yeah.
Where we just had we couldn't be in the academy because they haven't started yet. They restarted it.
Right.
So we're just sitting there in these booths, these cold, ice cold, fucking dark booths by ourselves for 12 hours. And the biggest dude there, the biggest sergeant, probably weighed fucking 300 pounds, dude. He was like 5'8", you know? He came up the stairs, you know, like he really, you could hear him when he would come up some stairs.
Yeah.
And he woke me up, dude. And he was like, if I can get up here and wake you up, you know how fucking much you were asleep? You should be gone, Latham. Now stay up. And he let me keep my job. He never told nobody. I was so happy about that. But I was out after that. I was done. I don't know when I got there, but we did. And now we're here.
Dude, how long was that academy?
Like 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. The old 10-week academy. That was a wild little run over there. That was a pretty eye-opening experience at that age.
What do you think I was talking about Jack Frost and he came back as a snowman.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to come back, if you could come back as anything, let's make it an animal. Let's start with an animal. If you could come back as any animal, you're not allowed to come back as a human or anything else, just one animal, what would you come back as? Are you going to go predator? Are you going to go something that's cute that people like to play with?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. Man, that's a good question.
I think I might go eagle.
You're going eagle, huh?
Just that's pretty prestigious. Nobody really fucks with the eagle. I'm kind of protected, at least here in the States.
Yeah.
Like you're not allowed to fuck with me, but I'm pretty ferocious compared to other birds. So I just kind of sit up there, and people gawk at me like I'm extra cool. And then anytime I want, I'll come down and fucking snag a fish. Ain't nobody can do anything about it.
You know what? I respect that attitude and I respect where you're at there. I mean, the flying the sky miles high, diving for your food. Fucking, you know, you literally represent freedom. You know, it's of a democracy.
I think all the other birds would want to bang me. You know what I mean? Like every other bird wants to fuck an eagle, dude.
Dude, the eagle fucks. The eagle just tearing up.
You probably
all other birds. No other bird. All other male birds of any other species of bird is insecure about the eagle.
Oh yeah, dude.
They can't even barely fly around the eagle.
I mean, it'd be like me trying to compete against like The Rock or somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just like a little bitch ass crow.
He could crush me and no girl's gonna want to even think about fucking me before they fuck him. Like I lose in every category. And I feel like probably penguins even want to fuck eagles.
I'm certain definitely an eagle.
And they're not even a flying bird. Yeah, they're not even a flying bird. Still want to fuck the eagle.
Well, yeah, because eagles can fuck up other kind of animals down there that can kill penguins.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like that savior thing that he's got going on for the penguin. And if you're a penguin, like I hope an eagle fucks me.
Can you imagine what that bird looks like? A fucking eagle and a penguin hybrid?
It'd be like a box truck in the sky. But like with, it was like a brand new box truck.
It could just look like an eagle really dressed up. Like he's got the tuxedo look.
I'm just gonna go I think I'm gonna go just like my dog, man. My dog has the gig. She goes on a walk. She gets fresh air. Someone picks up her shit. They always feed her. She don't got to be out there hunting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She does little tricks for treats. My lady just giving her, got all kinds of good little bones from the grocery store all the time. She's even been doing new tricks like 6-7 years into her life out of nowhere. And then like her biggest concern is to find the most comfy spot wherever she's at.
That's a pretty good life.
The room. Where's the most comfortable spot? Is it on you? Is it on you? Is it next to you? Is it on the couch, up top behind you? Is it this pillow under this blanket? Like, where is the most comfy spot? And that's where I'm going to go. And if you're there, you're going to have to adjust.
I respect a dog's ability to nap, too. A dog can shut it down 2,000 times a day. They take all those mini naps.
Yep.
Like, at any given point, they can lay down. I'm out for 3 minutes. And then back up. Oh, you want to play? Yep, I'm good. But then when they're done, all right, nap, 4 minutes. Now I'm back at it. And they can eat constantly. Like your dog Ari would have eaten until when I lived with you would eat until, I mean, she died.
Yeah, she'll
Like,
definitely no self-control over eating good stuff.
She's so tiny, but she would eat. And I'm like, I've already given you your weight in food. Like when we were making the dog food, like with all the carrots and shit.
Yeah, and the rice.
Like she would just house it in like 2 seconds. Yeah. And I would feel bad. And I'm like, all right, put it. And then by the time, like, if I would have just put this in a mound, it's as big as you are, what you just ate. Like, and it's not coming
probably
out
why she
yet.
put on a few pounds. We really had her nice and fat over there, making her food. We were, Todd started cooking her food.
It was awesome. I tried to do it for Marnie's dogs when she moved in. Difference is she had 3 dogs, anywhere between like 80 pounds and 200 pounds. Ari, that food would last a while. You can make a big
You
pot.
actually have to work at an actual kitchen to feed those dogs. That's like a party of 5 of humans.
Yeah. I mean, it's like feeding a lion, basically. You gotta, get the Walmart truck, like in Tiger King. I have a Walmart truck with the expired meat come dump it in. It's the only way I could keep them fed. But her shit would last.
And that's nice that they would hook you up with that free meat like that.
Right? Yeah.
You ever sneak a snake out of there? A steak? Come on, don't lie. Like you didn't sneak one of those trash steaks out, bro. Those Walmart steaks, those trash steaks.
I lived on expired meat for a while because our neighbor was a Kroger butcher. And when it ran, like this is the last sell date, when they got off work, they would everybody, who wants to take this home? And he would come home with these steaks and stuff, like a whole cooler full of shit. But it's still good for a few days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my dad they'd grill
you can freeze
that shit.
it also quick.
Oh yeah, and then you're good. Like it was a pretty good side benefit to being a butcher. Also, I think getting to wear the bloody white robe, the Dexter robe, is I mean, our apron, not a robe. The apron.
Yeah, the apron.
You just look cool wearing an apron that's white with blood smeared over it all the time.
Yeah, then you got to reach up with your the back of your wrist to wipe off the sweat.
Oh,
because you got just so much blood all over the place, but you're sweating from working so hard at butchering some sort of carcass that you have to wipe off the beads of sweat with the back of your wrist. You know what I mean? just hands bloody.
Oh yeah,
blood all over this. Just chopping ham hocks up.
I feel like if you're a butcher, and we have a friend that's a butcher, a whole family of butchers, and this is not degrading at all, but I'm like, well, and this is evidently true according to some ties his family has. Like, I always feel like it's rooted in gangster shit. Mm-hmm. Like, that's where you get rid of bodies and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they have the big cooler if you need to put a body on ice for a couple weeks, Mm-hmm. Like, and then also they have everything to grind you up into sausage if they want to. Like that's always
they have
tied.
A special meat processor in the back that's only for the high quality meats. But that's just where they just grind up legs and feet and shit. Especially a butcher that also owns pigs.
Yeah,
it's like that scene, in Snatch.
Yeah, feed them to the pigs.
Yeah, that's hence. I'm as hungry as a pig, or whatever he says. I forgot the exact quote. I fucked it up, but 12 pigs can go through 8 pounds of flesh. 12 pigs can go through 8 rounds of flesh every 30 seconds. That means 12 pigs can eat 2 grown men in 12 minutes.
I loved it. We used to have pigs.
If anybody knows what that's from, that's my Academy Award-winning presentation of the pig farm scene in the movie Snatch. Turkish. That's not. I don't think that's Turkish, but I know that's not. But I forgot that guy's name. His name was Fuck.
Yeah.
Come on. What's his name? The English gangster in Snatch. Come on. I'm an idiot, man. I'll tell you what. It has to be the weed. Like that's the. I don't know if that's the side effect. I don't know if it's the older I get, the less I can remember shit.
Well, weed's definitely. I already have a bad memory recall, and when I smoke, forget about it. I'm done. That's why I can't do it on stage. I won't remember fucking anything. I'll try to do crowd work, and I'll forget the word tomato, and I'm like, what the? How did I forget fucking tomato?
Yeah, that's a wild one to forget that.
I forget everything. Like there's nothing there. Butcher, though, gangster shit, gangster origin. I feel like it only existed for that purpose, and because of that, I respect the job. I like anything that's tied back to old school gangster shit. So I feel like when you couldn't get to the butcher, you had to have a backup plan. Couldn't get to the pigs, couldn't get to the butcher. So then I feel like you had to pay off the morgue guy. He has the incinerator for ashing people's remains.
Yeah. That's why they're next door to each other.
So, yeah.
In the same cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
You're smart. That's just a smart business move. You're going to cut down on transportation. You know, you're just going to be next door.
You keep all your body disposal people in one neighborhood.
Yes.
That's what I like. Do you think you would eat a person if it came down to it?
No, I just go with plants and animals. If that's a wrap, dude, then that's a wrap. I just feel like I wouldn't be that desperate. And if it's, that whole
like in the movie Alive, you're stuck in the frozen mountains. There's no vegetables.
Dude,
there's nothing.
Because guess what? You're still going to run out of humans pretty soon. You might last a couple more months. I think I'd rather have more decency as a man to just, hey, it's time. This is the end of the line. I don't need to eat 3 people to extend my life. Is my life that much more important to live 3 more months? That theirs is that less important to be eaten just so I can breathe for 90
a plane might find more. You, though.
What's that?
A plane might find you. That's what they're thinking. Well, if I could just make it like 2 or 3 more months, somebody might fly by and see my little mirror when I flash the sun at it.
Or my fucking SOS.
I think there was one guy, one of the group, who just really liked the taste of human. So he kept talking. He kept being motivation for the rest of them. The rest of them were like you. They were like, no, let's just go out, man. I'm not going to eat somebody. And that one guy was like, no, dude, there is a search party. There is. If we can just make it a couple more months. And he didn't really give a fuck about getting rescued. He just loved eating people's ass meat.
Yeah. From what I understand, he deep fried everybody's assholes and ate it like calamari. I'm just, you know what? I think you just got to go. It was a good run. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking cooking up Brad or Jenny, dude.
I'm just going to go to sleep here in the cold, which is pretty easy to do, I think.
I'm going to go right to bed and never wake up. That's it. Maybe even freeze to death. Maybe I'll get locked in and end up being like fucking Encino Man. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then I just am some ice block that Pauly Shore finds later on in life.
You'll be like a little time capsule for yourself.
That's it.
I'll write a little note, my little life story, put it in my pockets, just lay down in the snow. Like when they find me, they'll read this when I thaw.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I would learn how to tattoo, I think, while we were there. Like, because I'm going to make it 7 or 8 days without eating, probably. No, probably longer. Like, they can go 14 days. I can eat the snow for water, so I can last a long time on just water, no food. I think I'm going to learn how to tattoo, and I'll give everybody tattoos.
Are you going to go old school Indian style where they did the ink with the deep fucking needles? I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to hope to Christ that someone had a tattoo kit on the ship?
No, I think I got to work with what I got. I don't know. Maybe I use motor oil from the plane's engines.
Yeah. Oh.
We'll figure it out. Are you just going
to get something sharp from the engine to poke the...
Yeah, maybe I'll get a spring from the seat cushion or something, and I'll use that. And then hone it. I'll rub it against some metal so we're standing to
bang it with rocks. Flatten that tip out. Get a nice point going.
Mm-hmm.
Really fuck people up.
I mean, I'm going to pass the time. You know what I'm saying?
All you're trying to do is help people express themselves. And that's what people have to understand. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of guy you are. Like, this pain represents what this means to you. Feel something, man.
I can start killing people and eating you if you want, but I'm just, what if instead, you let me, let's take all the components around us.
Yeah.
Let's do some Mr. T-A-Team shit here where we use just what's here or some MacGyver shit. And then see if we can make tattoo guns or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
And listen, again, expression, art, you're giving back. You know what I mean? It's just a selfless act by you.
And let's say we do get rescued. Now you got something to show for your time there. You can be like, hey, what'd you guys do while you're there? Oh, look, I got this tattoo.
This fucked up giraffe. from a first-time tattoo artist that used the sprockets, and after he chiseled down the point, and then motor oil tatted this shit into me, and I have skin cancer, but it reminds me. Look at Todd while his bills back there all organized and shit.
Yeah.
Other side.
Here.
This is Todd's organized area.
That's the organized bills. These are the unorganized, just whatever I throw over there.
Oh shit, that's the before, that's the after.
I cleaned this place was a pit in this area of it, but I was supposed to have a guy I thought was coming today to be interviewed for Tim 41, but he instead I had the day wrong. He's coming tomorrow, but it did force me to clean this fucking place. So that's
well,
good.
the trees look good.
I got a box.
The trees look good.
I got a box of something somebody sent me. And
let's do a live unboxing right now. Come on.
I don't think I can because it's stuff you're not supposed to be able to ship here.
Well, I don't know if you want to put that in the podcast here, Todd. I don't really. But you might want to mark where we are right now and edit that on out, buddy.
Whoever sent it, thank you. It'll come in handy because we always do high notes on this on Tuesdays.
Oh, so I really would like you to cut this part out because I don't want you to get popped because you're in Indiana. About getting shit in the mail, you don't fuck around, bro.
It wasn't in the mail, but let's just say it was on my doorstep. I think I knew who left it, but...
Oh, wait, this is real. This wasn't shipped. This was left on your doorstep.
Yeah, left on my doorstep in a box.
Okay, well, listen, here's the deal. We don't have to cut any of this out now.
Right.
This is all good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're hearing this part right now, I thought we were going to cut that part out, but guess what? That box wasn't shipped.
Yeah, I was
kidding. It was dropped off.
And it's not a shipping box. It's somebody dropped it off. So I'm assuming there was no note in it or anything.
Just open it. Let's go, dude. Who cares? It was left on your doorstep, buddy. Pop her open, kid.
Let's just say there's a bunch of gummies and vape capsules and stuff in there.
Oh, we want to see it. Come on, Todd.
Let me give an example. All right. So, and it's a lot. So I'm like,
I wish you could send gummies through StreamYard.
For Shaun and I, maybe. Maybe I'm just going to save them till you get here. Because you're coming next week.
Look at that. Yeah. 25 milligrams each, kid. You're getting fucking going Looney Tunes on those.
Yeah.
How nice someone rolled by, you dropped this off, and then you took, that's nice.
I probably should edit this out. I might get raided tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure you won't. They have bigger fish to fry right now. I'm pretty sure, but
it's just a couple packs of gummies. Who gives a shit?
Everybody calm down.
But whoever did that, thank you. If you're a listener, I don't know. Shaun's coming next week, so good,
dude. 25 milligrams. You're gonna be feeling nice, man. You could probably get shot in the ass, and it wouldn't even hurt that bad.
Wait, is that a lot?
Well, no, that's a good for beginners. That's a lot. But if you start rocking, the 50, 100s. Some people are maxing out 200 milligrams. I mean, they're fucking maniacs. I don't know how they operate it. You're basically floating through the clouds at that point. You are a cloud.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally a cloud on a nice windy, like on a nice day with a good breeze where, you have real good, density to you, but you're also, it's like bright blue skies. And then you're with another group of other awesome looking clouds. And then the wind is blowing at like 10 miles an hour. So if you stare up, you can actually see the clouds going by.
Oh,
how you can see, like you can watch you can just see the weather system just working, right? Like
I like when you can see the cloud roll, like it's almost it's rolling.
That's
it's
how
almost
high
like
you'll
it's a machine, like a cool looking fucking cloud machine.
And that's one of my theories is that advanced civilizations can come and live in our clouds, and we just don't know that.
For sure, I think there's life forms living in there.
I think that anybody trying to guess what aliens are up to, they're out of their fucking minds, because aliens are they could be thousands of years advanced civilizations from where we are. They're living in their version of 4022, right?
Yeah.
Or 21.
I mean, people assume. I mean,
look how far we came in 100 years. Imagine 2000, dude. We're gonna be going to different galaxies like we're bar hopping.
What if the aliens are behind us? Everybody always assumes they're more advanced than us. What if we're the more
there's that too,
advanced?
though. They just can't get out. They can't get out. They can't get out of their planet or whatever. They're not that far along yet.
Yeah.
They're where we were before we fucking decided to start sending up satellites and then homies hit the moon and then didn't do no dunking or nothing like that.
Yeah, they might still be like cave people.
1800s. They could be 1800s in there and these other planets, 1700s, all the way to cave people. Every universe probably has the same cycles of whatever. Just it's like the same script in some sort, but just different character names.
I've said this before, but I always thought it would be fascinating if we get invaded, right? Like we just wake up one day and the motherships are hovering over every major city, and we're like, oh shit. And there's that Independence Day, like ominous, all the attacks coming. And then finally the aliens unleash that attack. And let's say, all right, they're really good at space travel, but they're like really weak and fragile. And their weapons are antiquated. Like they almost have like muskets and stuff. So they launch this attack and they're like, oh yeah, we'll easily take over this planet. Yeah. But we were like, if I fucking hit one, they just fucking explode. You know what I mean? Like they're almost like balloons filled with blood to us.
Yes.
And they're like, it takes them forever because they're still fighting with muskets and we have machine guns and stuff. And they're like, back to the mothership. We made a mistake. This is a superior race of being.
That would be a cool. Wild. I never thought about that ever in my life, which is mind blowing. Is if we got invaded by aliens, but then we won.
They were pussies. They
what?
Couldn't, like they came up.
We just
to attack
fuck
you and
them up.
They did like one of these slaps, like they're real uncoordinated. Like
it would. I'm not sure of that. The human race, definitely certain countries more than other countries would take prisoners, POWs of the alien war. Yeah, and they would be a fucking circus act. And they would be turned into circus acts. They'd be like those elephants, bro. They'd have but I mean, can you imagine how much we'll come together as a planet as if we get invaded, but we fucking win?
We'll get so cocky then, bro. Like as humans, like we'll be like, we're the baddest motherfuckers in the universe right now. Like, look, these people came from another galaxy. These beings came from another galaxy. One rushed me. I pulled both its arms off, shoved them up its asshole.
And I put on TikTok. It's on TikTok. There's a video.
I got 2 million views.
Todd pulling an alien's arms off and shoving it up its alien asshole.
Can you? I think that would be the best. That would be awesome. And then we would be like, let's reverse engineer their shit and let's travel to their planet and let's take that over for when we exhaust all our resources. We'll just go invade them, take all their shit.
I mean, what? And then imagine having to go back. You're like, bitch, we're 200 years ahead of them. How can you come back to this planet with any dignity? Like how do you lose to them? And obviously, it was an away game, and you're gonna have.
It's tough to win on the road.
It's tough to win on the road in September sometimes, man. October, whatever the month is the hardest.
I mean, it's a tough universe. Tough to win on the road, even against the weak teams. Tough to win on the road.
So yeah, I guess what we're saying is that there could be civilizations that are a couple of 100 years or whatever X amount of years more advanced than us, but the overall universe is way more of a bitch than us.
Way more of a bitch. So that would be awesome.
A more bitched out, more advanced civilization still could take a L showing up to an old school fucking more hardcore civilization and universe like the Milky Way and us.
Like if it looked like the alien from Alien, or in the movie Predator, like they looked badass, but they basically were like Jello. Their constitution, their physical constitutions like Jello, and they fell apart. Like they were so easily defeated. It would be hilarious. I would have such a good time fighting aliens that way. And we just walk over. To me, it's like zombies. They're so easy to kill. They're just walking real slow.
That's where you really gonna want.
You stick a knife in its skull.
I think that's where the sawed-off shotgun's really gonna shine.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Just like that up close. Pah!
I'll hunt them with a slingshot if they're like, you know what I mean? I just, and it is like just a bunch of Jello being thrown against the wall.
The thing is, I want to do the chick. You know what I mean? I want to do that while I'm reloading. You know what I mean? I want the noises. I want to walk around the slow mo.
Oh, I get
blasting, just having that face, just two of them at once. You know what I mean?
You know what the baddest ass move is with the sawed-off shotgun, like in movies, when they do it one-handed.
Yeah,
they have the the handle in one hand, and they just throw the whole shotgun.
The hammer. It's time for action.
I love it.
Yeah, the sound of the shotgun. I think what's scarier as somebody on the other end of the shotgun looking at the barrel? Is it the blast of the gun or is it that cock?
It's the action, the sound of that action of
that action,
a fucking
right?
shell into the pipe. Yeah.
You just like, no matter what you're doing, you hear that. You better fucking stop whatever you're doing, bro. And you don't even make a move. You're just like, your eyes, it's behind you. Your eyes are looking as far as they can to the right hand or the left hand side of your skull. You slowly give it the turnaround. And then, and if it's not a guy saying, get off my property.
Well, you have to say it with a weird, creepy Southern accent too afterward. Like you can't be like the other guy, like, and be like, good day, mate. Get out of my house. You're not gonna scare you. You got to be like, come on in, boy. And then I'm gonna be like, oh nope, shotgun. The guy sounds like he wants to fuck me and then eat me. Nope.
Yeah,
not doing it.
And burn me up at the same time. And also, though, it could be the hands up. Like you could also get that. Like there's other, I think you could follow it up with a laugh.
Yeah.
Like after you, and then you just see him freeze. A good laugh could work.
Oh, I would do the yeah, and then nobody's coming.
Nobody.
I just lost my headphones. That was such a good year.
Well, listen, when you do character work, you go 110, and a lot of people don't realize that because this is a podcast, but Todd's act outs on the StreamYard stream are, eventually after episode 100, 200, we're going to have ourselves a reel of just Todd's greatest act out highlights. And it's going to be beautiful.
I get really into character. We should do a top 5. You're running the top 5 this time, right?
Yeah, this week I picked. All right. Do we have one of those intros yet?
Right now.
All right. Top 5 trees, Todd, to start off.
Top 5 trees.
Yeah, just fucking trees.
Are we going to go back and forth with this one like we did before? I think that was a good
I think
way
that's
to
a good
do
one.
it. All right. Top 5 trees. Let me go to page 2 in my show notes. Okay. Top 5 trees. Number 1, the Dollar Tree.
Damn it, why didn't I think of that?
Everything's only $1. What's not to love? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know this or not. Dollar Tree, I did the research, also owns Family Dollar, where pretty much everything costs more than $1. So I don't understand it.
I can see how they pay. No, you can see what they do. They pass the savings on to the Dollar Tree customer, but they pick up a little slack with the items. Now that because the Family Dollar is a little bit higher than the Dollar General.
Yeah, you're gonna get some brand name shit in there. Of course, you're not gonna pay $1 for it because it's brand name.
And it's Family Dollar. Like you got a family, you can afford $2 and $3.
I would have went with more than a Dollar Tree myself.
Tree.
I would have had Dollar Tree more than a Dollar Tree. I don't know. They went Family Dollar. It's fine.
And great research by you. I would like to commend you on your research as far as knowing the backstory of who these owners are and why they decided to put Family Dollars in some neighborhoods and Dollar Trees in others.
Thank you. What's yours? Right. What's your favorite tree? First favorite tree?
I'm going to go with the bonsai tree.
Oh, fuck you. I didn't even think of that.
When the Karate Kid, when Ralph Macchio had to drop down onto the side of that mountain to pick off that bonsai tree, bonsai tree, because he was a very big deal, the accent, how they said it.
Mm-hmm.
Bonsai!
Yeah. Bonsai. You be Mr. Miyagi and I'll be Ralph Macchio and let's recreate that scene.
Okay, go.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bonsai tree.
Bonsai tree, Daniel-san.
Yeah, it's bonsai.
I don't even remember the script here. But here's what
they just
still
go back
roped down with that chick. They fucking dug up that amazing tree.
Till finally Daniel Russo goes, bonsai!
Yep. And that's my number. And that's how good looking those little baby trees are. They're just so awesome, and I love them.
All right, my next favorite tree is, let's go with the Tree of Souls from the movie Avatar. It's basically their heaven, and I don't know if you guys know this, but the Tree of Souls in Navi, the Navi call it Fitraya Ramanung. So that's Tree of Souls, which basically means this is our heaven. This tree is our heaven.
I'll tell you what, you really came with a spiritual aspect of your top 5 that I wasn't really expecting.
Hey, Blue Lives Matter. I'm really into the Blue Navi people.
Blue Lives Matter. I'm going up next, Douglas fir.
Oh, yeah,
the Douglas fir is the backbone of the communities, of the building for our housing, our walls, the studs. I mean, the Douglas fir is responsible, and is not only the most durable, it's the strongest. This is really, I equate to what being American is. You know what I mean? Like it. You're the backbone. You work hard. You're blue collar, but also you got a cool name, Douglas fir. You
and it's a tree with a real name, with the people.
Exactly,
name.
Like his name is Douglas.
How many trees have? You got Douglas tree and you got Joshua tree. Those are the only 2 trees.
Those are the only 2 trees, Douglas and Joshua.
Yeah.
That's all.
I'm gonna go. My next one is the tree from Poltergeist, the one that comes to life after lightning hits it, and it attacks Bobby, the little boy, and tries to eat him. That's a pretty cool tree. I like it.
I like that one. I'm going with tree from the Avengers show movie, from the Avengers movie.
Oh, the
tree
Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
That's my lady turned me on to them, and
Groot.
That's
Groot.
my
That's all you can say, right? One word.
Yeah,
Groot.
that's it. Groot, and that's my number 3 tree.
Nice. My number 4 tree. The trees from the Lord of the Rings, the 2 towers, the ones that carried Pippin and Merry around, and then like they were losing the battle, and they're like, "Oh no, it's over, we're gonna lose!" And then here come all the trees, and they just started stepping on fools, and tearing their arms off, just like I wanted to do to the aliens, and flinging fools. Like it was, they saved the war. I mean, they saved the human race.
I gotta respect it. I just had one pop into my head, and I think I have to run with it. The cookies, the tree from the cookies, that fucking tree, from Chips Ahoy. Is it? No, what is it?
No, with the little elves, the Keebler tree.
No, it's another. You know what? I might have pulled that too early. I think I fucked it up. Let's go back to my regular.
Okay, go to your original.
I'm going with a weeping willow.
Ooh, sad.
The way that shit dangles down, it just. You ever hung? I don't know if it's weeping willows or not, but that's only one of my favorite places. I remember where the trees, have all that moss, and the weeping willows jangling down is like in Georgia. They got those big old trees.
Yeah,
it looks. I could be wrong.
You can get high off weeping willow trees if you tear the stringy leafy part up, and you dry it out, and then you roll it up and smoke it. You will get high as fuck. Everybody try that.
I mean, that is just a nice tree, dude.
Okay, I got my last tree.
Everybody Google weeping willow right now and just look at that.
It's a good looking tree. I used to have one.
It looks like it smokes a lot of weed, The long hair.
They suck mowing around because they just reach all the way to like you run through it and it's just hanging over you. It's like a Wookiee giving you a hug every time you pass through it.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go with you know what though? Here's what I'm gonna say this about the weeping willow. I think it's a little bushy. I think it's like a 70s vagina.
Calling me to question if this is a tree enough for the top 5 trees?
I think it's like a 70s vagina. I like a more like trimmed, you know what I mean? Like maybe a pine tree or something. It's a little more
I thought
trimmed down like
I thought you were gonna tell me that it doesn't qualify for the top 5.
No, I'm happy with it. I'm just saying myself.
But the way you said it, it threw me off, and it was fucking perfect.
All right, my last tree.
The weeping willow that hangs over the little lake or the little pond that's another level right there.
Pretty sick looking. Have you ever seen Bob Ross paint a fucking weeping willow?
I mean, Bob Ross paint anything.
You'll come.
Rest in peace.
All right, my last tree is the family tree because that was my favorite project in elementary school. Whenever you had to make a family tree.
Yeah.
And I could really show off my art skills because I was a better drawer than the other kids. So I'd make it like I would draw the tree from Poltergeist.
Yeah.
And it would be like trying to eat all my family members. And my teacher did not appreciate it.
Yeah.
You were supposed to do like a happy tree, like a Bob Ross tree, and everybody was supposed to be on a branch there. I made an evil tree. And big deal at my elementary school.
I'm pretty sure your teachers talked to your mom a lot when you were little.
A lot. I was a weird kid.
My family tree, you know what? Listen, sometimes there's branches that just suddenly pop out of nowhere. And,
your family tree like tripled in size when you turned 18.
One day I found out that there's a whole other stalk and trunk. Okay.
And it was a tree where half was a weeping willow and then half was like an oak. It was a weird tree. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, ah.
And all right, my final one is when people call weed trees. Because I could never sell it. I could never back myself enough to be like, yo, like I could just never be like, I got trees, man. I got trees or whatever. Like I could never say it.
Great code word.
And when people like smoking trees, man, like always when they would reference weed as trees, I was so envious because I couldn't pull it off properly. I always see weed. I used to say chronic, endo smoke,
Nice.
bud. But I could never, ever pull off saying trees like, well, let's roll up some trees then. Like I could just never do it.
You guys want to smoke some trees or what are we doing here?
But my homies, like I had a stoner homie from Philly that worked with me, this kid, Pat. When I was in Arizona at the bar when I started, and he, I was like 20, whatever. When I was like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I worked there for 5 years, and he worked there, and he would always say that, but he had a smooth way about it. Nice. He could just say it. And that's my other favorite trees.
I love how, because trees is like the best code word. And then when it gets more advanced, then everything that starts with a T is code word for tree. Because tree starts with T, then like people are like, hey, you gonna come get those tires? I
got these trunks over here.
Yeah.
By the way, I have 12.
Do you want to come get some of these testicles?
Here's the thing of tables also, these patio tables.
I got some Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
I just spoke to my pet store manager, homie, and he got 14 tarantulas. And if you guys want to come get them, they're only $250 each. Or you can get a quarter tarantula for a little bit cheaper.
Do you need 4 ounces of titties? A real complicated code. Hey, man.
You sound like you're probably some sort of, I'd say Mississippi or Louisiana somewhere ordering. Otherwise, if you're on the coast, maybe you need a couple of pounds of tilapia. You just don't know.
Hey, man, let me get some tilapia. All right. What's the second top 5 topic?
All right, second top 5 topic that I chose was flea market items.
Flea market items.
Also, if you're West Coast, swap meet items. Because I didn't know what a flea market was as a kid. We called it the swap meet, homie. We're going to the swap meet. That's what it was.
All right.
People will know. Comment, yell at us right now. Also, let it be known. You know about the swap meet or if you're the flea market, that's probably everywhere else.
Love it. In the Midwest, a swap meet is something that's only about one specific thing. It's a flea market, but like they have motorcycle swap meets. It's only about motorcycle shit.
That was a gay joke was coming down the pipe right there. I almost spit out my drink just thinking about what kind of shit you want to say.
My number 1 flea market item is the Velvet Elvis painting. The Velvet Elvis, the framed Velvet Elvis says so. It's so cool. It says so much about you. It says, hey, come to my bedroom and look at my water bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just defines you when you have a Velvet Elvis up in your living room.
You're about to get worked over with something nice.
Kick a hole in my wall. I don't care. It's not drywall. It's paneling.
Yeah.
I'll just put up a new fucking panel strip.
Wham. I got a fucking Douglas fir out back. I got wood. I can fix the paneling.
Yeah.
You see that? You see that Elvis velvet painting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was always nice.
And then it says, I don't shave my balls.
It doesn't. It says you're probably still gonna hit your boy with a little reach around on the come up when you wake up in the morning. Mm-hmm. And you won't matter how much hair I have down there. No, you know what I mean? That's what that picture says.
Velvet Elvis, baby.
It says I might take a little sip of some scotch at 7 a.m.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I got an IROC. I still drive an IROC.
Yeah, I wear bikini style underwear. Possibly with some sort of pattern from an animal from the jungles of China. But that's how listen, that's what you know what you're getting into when I sat next to you at the bar, we struck up a convo and I said to you, I just picked up another sweet ass Elvis velvet painting. You knew what you were getting into when you showed up. If you're 37, if you're talking with this woman's 37, she has to know.
Of course, I think 8-tracks are better sound quality than this digital bullshit.
We're going vinyl.
That's what it says. Velvet Elvis, baby. That's our new phrase right now. Velvet Elvis. Put it on a shirt. Velvet Elvis is what you say anytime you try to tell somebody, I'm not buying anything that's happened since 1980.
Velvet Elvis.
Velvet Elvis.
Flea market items. My first one, knee-high socks. You got to go with the fucking 10-pack of knee-high socks for $12.
Oh, I love the knee-high socks. I miss them when I look at my middle school photos and my elementary school basketball photos, and everybody had the knee-high fucking socks with the 3 stripes at the top. Come on.
It looks nice. I mean, listen, certain people can pull it off better than others. Mm-hmm. But when you go knee-high on them, I mean, it's all business. It's all business, man. That's you got the knee-highs on. And you know I like it so cheap because there's a 10-pack is like 15 pack is like $12. If you got the socks on that used to quit, like the top would give loose and they would drop down on your ankles. Yeah. And it looked like you were wearing those workout things that women wore around their ankles and shit in the 80s, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's why you had to understand, stay on top of your knee highs.
The leg warmers, they called them.
Yeah, but when you had the knee-high socks and you wore them too long and then the elastic went away at the top and then they would just fall down and they would crumble at the bottom of your ankle and then you'd look like the fucking chick from Flashdance. You know what I mean? What's your next one?
My next one, I'm on an art theme for the first two, but I'm going with the classic dogs playing poker.
Okay. Oh, wait, another picture?
Another picture.
Wow, 2 pictures. I don't know. Pictures. You might. I would have dock you points right here on this.
These are 2 things you see at every flea market. I mean, if you want any credibility in the flea market booth game, you've got to have a Velvet Elvis or at least be able to find, if called upon, a Velvet Elvis or dogs playing poker painting.
Okay.
And if you can't do that, I feel like you lose all credibility with the other flea market booth people.
And I want people to know that I'm taking this serious. I have a pen in my hand, and I just, for no reason, on my notes, wrote down D.P.P. Dog poker painting.
It's the truth. And now listen, I just put a pen in my hand. So let me break down the dogs playing poker painting.
Hit us with that.
All right. If you look at it, there's a bulldog, a boxer, a collie, a Great Dane, and those 4 are all looking at the Saint Bernard.
Yeah.
So you got a bulldog, a boxer, a collie, and a Great Dane staring at the Saint Bernard, just wondering, what's he going to do? What's his next move? Is he going to call, or is he going to raise, or is he going to go all in? Because if you really pay attention to the painting, they're all drinking beer, first of all, with respect, and they're all smoking a stogie, and then the collie. Why is the collie even there? He doesn't even have cards. He's the only one to have cards on the table. He's not even in the game.
Or is he just hanging out with on the
Maybe
side?
He's out, but also he's a collie. I mean, you're sitting there with a bulldog, a boxer, and a Great Dane, and a Saint Bernard. Who invited the collie? Who invited Lassie to this fucking badass dog breed game. You know, go fucking save Timmy from a well.
I mean,
you didn't earn this spot.
If you're the other dogs, don't you hope a Lassie type motherfucker shows up? He was the Brad Pitt of dogs in the dog Hollywood scene for decades.
I think that's the only reason he's there. He's still living on that Lassie fame from the fucking 60s. You know what I mean? He's like those old washed out celebrities you see show up on the World Series of Poker Tour, you know, on the celebrity tournaments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that's Lassie was like, hey, we should invite Lassie, right? Fucking, that'll be cool.
All right. Well, you know, I think you're being harsh on Lass, but you know, I look, you like the painting.
I love the painting.
And you love the history in the painting. You've even broke down why certain breeds of dog are even there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't overlook a passion.
They're all fighting dogs. And then, you know, St. Bernard, you can argue that the St. Bernard's not a violent fucking dog. Have you ever seen Stephen King's Cujo? I mean, that's all I'm saying. I mean, he fucking terrorized the entire family. Talk to us after
you watch that.
Yeah.
And also, I think that if all the dogs, the Lassie collie dog might win the tournament. I mean, we're talking about a smart fucking dog.
They're smart dogs. I'll give you that.
They can play these other dogs like fools, dude.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like they're just going to fuck the shit out of it and eat it.
My next one, dude. Old little kid bikes.
Oh.
You know, they're always there. There's always one dude with the bikes. And you just hope and pray that he has an old Schwinn. And if he doesn't, you're like, fuck. It's a busted ass Huffy from 97. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Give me something clean from the 70s, even the 80s. Give me a nice beach cruiser, a Schwinn. You know what I mean? Give me a classic Schwinn, something with some life to it. You know what I mean? That's what and if they don't have that, they definitely have little kid bikes. They always get the little kid bikes.
They always have little kid bikes, which are, you know, people collect those too. But also I feel like they were built better back then. So
they were.
If you want to make, like, if you're a young parent right now, let's say your kid's around 10 years old. If you want to make your kid extra cool, go buy some old Huffy like that somebody used to own back in like 1982.
Yep.
And you make your kid ride that around with his friends, you know, because he will be super cool. Like all his friends that are riding red lines and shit are going to be like, hey, look how cool that old Huffy is with the real short cranks. Like, look how fast you have to pedal to get anywhere. You're so much cooler than us. You guys should all go do that. Like my parents did to me. It's awesome.
And it really sets you apart. You have to really be comfortable. It teaches you to be comfortable in your own skin. Everybody else is doing their thing with their little regular ass. This is what we should be, you know, riding because society says so. But you roll up as a little kid on a fucking legend of a bike. Everybody's like, yo, this guy has got little tiny nuts of steel.
It's like still driving the IROC Z. Like it's that kind of attitude. You know, your kid's going to get beat up a lot. It makes them tougher. That's what I'm saying.
It's what they're going to get punched either way, but let them fight back. All right. What do you got next?
Shitty old golf club set.
Oh, I had that one. Good one.
But I'm talking not the antique ones that might actually have some value. Just somebody's
golf clubs.
That's awesome. I want somebody's clubs that they used twice in 1998 and never used again, and they were just a cheap set that they went out and got because they had to go to a work scramble or something, you know, and they didn't even golf. They didn't know how to golf, but they were pretty good at softball. They were like, oh, I can figure it out. Of course you can't. So then they were like, I don't need these, and they sat in the closet for a decade and a half too, and then they end up at this.
And then the wife
market.
goes, listen, you haven't touched these clubs since the so-and-so scramble, okay? Since the Rodriguez air conditioning, heating, and plumbing scramble. Take these fucking clubs and get them out of my house.
I want those clubs. I feel like those clubs say so much. Like they had a life. They're like brand new. They entered somebody's home, you know, who thought that, you know, I'm going to take up golf. I'm going to start a new thing. I'm going to be good at it. And that set sucked the life out of that person. Like literally, there's so much humiliation, so much anger that he fucking said, give these to your cousin Eddie and let him take it to his little flea market booth.
Can you imagine how many
$5
times?
for him.
Imagine how many times his wife was like, Oh, you mean like the golf clubs that we bought for $700 and you used twice in 18 years? So like there's also some of that behind the clubs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's
You want that in the clubs.
Yes, there's like domestic arguments. There's I mean, there's just such a vibe with a set of old shitty clubs that were used twice a decade and a half ago.
And the clubs also have a little bit of emotion to them, you know, because when the guy got kicked out of the house, guess what he did? He had the wife took the clubs and threw them out the front door. Like, don't forget your fucking golf clubs
That you used twice?
Yeah, that you used twice.
That you just fucking had to have because you suck at golf? Yeah, I want those clubs.
Those are the clubs you want. You know what I mean?
And you have a small dick. So I want those clubs.
Those are the nice clubs. A club that's heard a couple of good arguments. Clubs that know that they probably aren't going to see a golf ball more than they're going to see indifference.
All right. My next item is binoculars.
Okay, you going with binocs.
I can't.
You got to test them out. You ever bought binocs and not looked at them? It's impossible.
I can't not pick them up and look at them. That's what I love about them. Even like this is a little tip for the flea market booth people. You want people engaged. It's like social media, right? You want them liking and commenting. You want them interacting. Even if you don't care to sell it, set it at the end of your table because they will come to your booth, pick them up, and put them in front of their face.
And also, if you are a binocular dealer of any sort, and you are going to the flea markets, get a booth that has a place that we can look far away at. Because if you're inside or you're too close, I can't tell how good the binocs are because everything's too fucking close. So now I just got to hope that they see far away good. If you have a nice booth outside on the very end, I can look all the way down one of the aisles at the flea market or the swap meet, you know what I mean? Or get a good look out into the forest or the rest of the parking lot. If I can really get out there a couple hundred yards, don't back yourself into a corner. I've never ever even. I've only bought binoculars twice, and I tell you this right now, I guarantee I bet my good eye I looked through them before I bought them.
Yeah, you have to. Dude.
There's no way. You don't just look at the appearance of the binocular and be like, I'll take it. Gotta look.
I have a pair of binoculars in my garage. You've seen them because when you saw them, what'd you do? You picked them up and you looked at them.
Wow, these are good.
I want to.
Then you play with the little thing in the middle for a little bit, try to find the right blurriness. Oh, that's too much. There's that sweet spot right in the binocs.
Got it.
Oh man,
I want to take that set of binoculars I have and set them in my house. Right, like as soon as you walk in to the kitchen, they're at the edge of the island. And if like someone comes to my house and they don't acknowledge the binocular or don't pick them up to look at them, I'm just going to kick them out of my life. Because you know what? You're not fucking curious enough.
Guess what I did the first time I went to your house? When I went to your new house, I walked in, I saw binoculars. I grabbed them instantly. I walked out your front door and I looked down your block. And I go, oh, hey, look at that house down there.
Because you're a good person.
Yeah. I mean, have some class.
Jesus. All right. Are you next? Oh, I did binoculars. You're next. And then I got my last one.
Rusty sockets and wrenches.
Rusty socket.
There's always like an 85-year-old dude selling those old tools because he's not allowed no more to use his tools and shit. And they're cheap, bro. They're they're like 1947 prices on tools. If you go to a tool store, if you go to Harbor Freight or you go to True Value, you go to Walmart, Home Depot, tools are not cheap.
They're not cheap. And you always find them at flea markets, bro.
And guess what? They were doing the same thing 50 years ago as they are now. This little buddy right here is a little bit too tight on this other little buddy. I can't do it with my fingers. I need help. This'll work.
Boom.
Done. Doesn't matter if if it's the $35 pair at Home Depot or the $2 pair of whatever pair of it is that you bought at the swap meet. Bango, flea market tools, sockets, wrenches, screwdrivers.
I love it. My last was the Thigh Master.
Good one.
Only if they also have the workout VHS tape with it. The whole series of the Suzanne Summers. Like if you're too young to remember, just Google it because Suzanne Summers back when I was a kid was the hottest thing on TV. And as she got a little bit older, she sold these Thigh Master things that you like. They was so sexual, the whole commercial, right? So you would put the Thigh Master in between her knees,
like a shape
and inside
of a V
her thighs. Yeah.
With a ball in the middle. That was like the middle part there where the resistance was.
And the camera was always shooting right at her cooch. I mean, it was from like, and she would just squeeze together, and you like.
She was just taking her legs, just doing the little machine, just hitting the Thigh Master, and her little boys were like, "What
are you trying to strengthen, and why?" Oh, it obviously only
it was straight for cankles. I'm pretty sure they're doing cankles.
Your not cankles. The
the kegels.
Kegels.
I'm wearing flip flops.
It's to strengthen your vagina. So I would watch that DVD over and over and over. It's like a porn to me. It's like soft porn.
Bro, one time my mom husband for about 22 years. They got married when I was like 19. His gay brother hung out at our house. He lived with us for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Great dude. I didn't know. I saw some porn videos, and I said just something like porn on it. I mean, I popped it in the VCR. I was like, everybody's gone from the house. So I popped it in there. And it was one dude just ramming another dude, bro.
And you were like...
I was like, what the fuck, dude? I hit pause, bro. It kind of broke me down a little bit.
You're like, what? What?
I just remembered VHS, and I remember seeing that, and I was like, wowzers.
As a kid, you're like, bro, this...
And it was like 70s dudes too, you know what I mean? Like,
this isn't Sandlot. This is Sandbutt. Oh, I just had the wrong name.
Okay. I don't know why I said that, but I always get sidetracked, Johnny, fucking over here, fucking Andy AD. Okay, band buttons and patches. Band buttons and patches. There's always a guy with the buttons and the patches and the stickers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He probably has some sort of toy figures of Gene Simmons. You know what I mean? He probably has Kiss toys still in the packaging. That was the hard rock guy.
Yeah. The patches.
Yeah.
I mean, that used to be a big thing back in the day. I wish that's one thing they could bring back. Finding the cool patches and putting that on your jacket.
I will say this, the patch game is coming back strong in the cornhole world.
Is it?
They all have these little cases with all their patches in it. They collect each other's patches.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, cool. Well, good. I'm happy. All right.
I've gotten a few requests for $20 chef patches. I'm not trying to brag, but it's a thing.
Bro, you should totally get those.
Not a big deal. Just a little something. There are some people out there that kind of want a $20 chef patch. It's a patch.
It's a patch. All right.
Oh shit.
Let's close it out on some high notes.
Okay.
It's a good episode for this. Hit it. Shaun Latham, your high note for this Tuesday, December. God, I fucked up today. 8th.
Happy birthday, Anthony Sumner.
Is what?
My high note is this, Todd. I wish I lived in the 70s, and that was when I was the single guy, And I wished that, because I met a guy when I was like 20, 21 at a restaurant. This guy would lie to women, and I mean, he would reel me. I had never lied. I couldn't lie. My mother, I said I drank. I didn't tell her I drank or whatever, but like real deep, like lying to a human being, like about who you are as a person and all that, right?
Yeah, right.
This guy would lie his nuts off. One time he had these two girls coming over. He's like, come over tonight, dude. I had these two girls coming over. I told them we're both Chandler PD. I was like, what? He's like, tonight we're cops. And I was like, oh my God, I can't fucking lie all night. Shut up, dude. Who cares? Just play off whatever I tell you. We're fucking Chandler PD tonight. And I fucking went over, bro. And I said the least amount of words I ever said in the entire evening. But I was a fake cop the whole night. And it just makes me think, I wish I could have been like that guy. And then in the 70s, when I'm talking to a woman at a bar, I'd just be like, yeah, I work for the Times. I work for, and then other nights,
right.
I work for the Post.
Yeah.
When you ever, you could be anywhere, you could do anything. If you got to get in somewhere, I'm with the Times. I'm with the Post. Hi, I'm Shaun Latham. I'm with the Post. Oh, well, come on in. Yeah, I'm here to see Marcus. Yeah, do you have an appointment? I'm with the Post. I'm with the Times. And boom, right in. I mean, it's like a fucking key to the city. That you're working for the Times and the Post.
I love to do that in the opposite direction. Sometimes dudes at bars, I will make up a profession. Like I was with my dude, tall guy Brandon, and we were going to see Metallica in concert, and we stopped at Brothers to eat and then have a few beers and do some shots.
So there was a significant age difference in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So some dude comes up next to the bar, and we were going to do a shot of Jameson, and he was like, "Have you tried Proper 12?" And we're like, "Oh, Conor McGregor's thing, it had just come out." And I'm like, I haven't yet. Fuck it. Let's do Proper 12. And I really like it, but we took that shot or whatever. And he's like, "So what do you guys do?" And Brandon's like, "Oh, I sell poop drugs. He sells pharmaceuticals that make you poop or whatever." And that was true. And then I was like, "Wow, that's way more cool than what I was about to say." Fucking, that's funny. Like he has that forever. That's his job. It's like, I sell poop drugs. And it starts a whole conversation. So I was like, I come from a cheese family. And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, my family's really into cheese. They've been ever since my great grandfather. He came over from Ireland, and he was a big cheese guy. He would make his own cheese, and he would give it away to the other people in the Irish community there because they were just, they only had potatoes. They were starving, and he learned how to make his own cheese from just one goat. From one goat, he would feed that whole block cheese. Like it was I don't know why the goat was so milky, but it was. And then it developed into a whole company now. And so we own Velveeta, and this dude fucking was like hook, line, and sinker through the whole fucking thing until I broke out Velveeta. He was like, "You motherfucker, you had me."
I love that, dude. That's just fun right there.
Yeah, it's just fun.
What's your high note?
My high note is, where's all the baby squirrels? Like,
good fucking question.
Why you never see a baby squirrel? You ever seen a baby squirrel in your life? Of course not. Nobody's ever seen a baby squirrel.
I want to see a little baby squirrel with a little baby tail.
Where are they? What are they doing all day? We never see them.
Fast.
Squirrels are always.
Are they born with that little cute ass tail?
I don't know. I've never seen one. Maybe they just
one time
full grown size.
When I first moved to Indy, and we were living in Bauer's extra house there in Broad Ripple, I was there with Ari, my little doggy.
Yeah.
And one time I let her out in the backyard to go to the bathroom and just hang out back there, and all I hear is this weird hissing noise. And I think I was talking on the phone with you or something. I was on the computer doing something, and I look out there, and Ari has a mouthful of this like squirrel tail feathers, and there's a pile of them, like it looks like pine needles almost. And I'm trying to put it all together, and I go, well, she must have fucking caught the ass end of a squirrel.
Yeah.
And when she bit down, it dragged off all the hair off the tail.
Oh.
So then I swear, like a movie, 2 minutes later, I happen to look up, and what's running across the goddamn power lines in front of the house was a squirrel with the hairless tail.
He looks like he's got a rat
fucking
tail.
rat, bro. It made me look at squirrels so much shittier after that. But I've come back around to their cuteness. But I was like, she ate and I've never seen a baby squirrel. And do they have little baby squirrel tails?
And I love my squirrels. I mean, in my yard at any given time, you've been here a lot. Like there are 50 squirrels just running about.
You have a picnic table on your
4 squirrels
on your fucking tree. Baby squirrel.
I've never seen a baby squirrel. It makes me think that almost like when
I can't believe I have to Google this.
When an adult squirrel that's a mom has a baby squirrel.
Oh my god!
It's full grown and they just explode and they're like, "Oh, I'm a new squirrel."
Todd, you don't want to know how cute this fucking thing is, dude.
Jared, can you screen share a picture of a baby squirrel and give me a thumb up when you get it?
I got to turn my computer around. You got to see this.
Hang on, we'll just fucking screen share.
Oh, look at the one with the baby squirrel in the hand, Jarrett. The lady's holding, the guy's holding the baby squirrel in the hand with the little tail to the side. Oh. That might be the cutest thing I ever seen.
I want to see it.
It's a couple of months old. It's not like brand new baby squirrel.
Cuter than a baby rabbit.
Look at the hair. Look at that. There it is.
Oh my God. Pull that one up right there.
So we can see it nice and clear. Yes.
Can you explode
Holy
that one up?
Christ, dude.
Look at that. That's a cute. Why
That's
can't
the
we see them
cutest
ever?
thing. Oh, man.
I want them like
Oh,
in my house in a little aquarium.
that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Look
dude.
at that. That's the cutest fucking animal on the planet.
Oh, my gosh.
It's got little monkey hands.
If that's not the cutest little thing you've ever, look at that little cute ass tail. Holy Jesus.
All right. Well, the mystery
That's how
solved.
you end an episode with some cuteness, man.
Some cute baby squirrels. You know,
That's
that'd
the
be a better
cutest
way
thing I've ever seen in my life.
is we should roll out
Oh, let's just get out of here on that.
on the baby squirrel.
Dude, I feel like I just feel like I'm walking on sunshine.
It does make you feel better about the world. Like if you were at a point, let's say things were going bad for us right now and we were like, fuck it, I'm gonna go into my office job that I hate tomorrow with this fucking assault rifle and just fucking take out the whole office. You look at a picture of a baby squirrel, be like, you know what?
I think there needs to be babysquirrel.org.
Change my mind.
I will change my mind. I mean, that guy has to change his mind.
I'm not going to kill anybody from now on because the world is beautiful.
I think that there should be flags of baby squirrels. I mean, flying high in cities globally, dude.
Everybody, just take a second out of your day
to
pull up a pic online of a baby squirrel.
And look at the one, when
Improve
you type
your
in
life.
baby, we're all going to see it. When you type in baby squirrel, there's a lady holding a little baby squirrel with a little baby tail just to the side. And it's going to break even the strongest man down.
Maybe we'll try to put a link of that pic on the episode description so everybody can find it.
Everybody deserves that.
All right. Well, that's going to be it from us.
Great conversation.
It's going to be it for us.
I enjoyed you. I enjoyed hanging out with you and Jared.
I enjoyed you. Jared, thanks for the picture of the baby squirrel. I feel so much better. Shaun.
Hey,
thank you for finding
We forgot to talk about the Patreon, but we'll do that.
Oh, we have to. We have to. The
Guys,
Patreon.
please sign up for the Patreon. We just got it all ready to go. We'll put the link in.
We spent so much time on it. We tried to make it look as good as possible. We put as many benefits as we could possibly manage. It's going to be a lot of time management for us, but you guys are worth it.
Listen, if we have a few thousand amazing fans, I'm fucking game on that, dude. You know what I mean? Let's run. Let's build them. They're going to tell people who are going to tell people. And the only way to do it is just to show them pictures of baby squirrels and let them know that our Patreon is loaded with fun stuff, video calls and coffee sessions and cooking lessons, and not cooking lessons, but cook-alongs and fucking parties and free merchandise. I mean, it's just a stacked
video
awesome.
Call on your birthday. You know what? And I'm going to add this right now, Shaun. It's not listed in the benefits currently. So when people get on there, you won't see this yet, but I'm going to add it because there is a little thing that just says, hey, bonus content. That's like a catch-all. Things nobody get. I'm going to throw in a couple extra pics of baby squirrels.
I mean, that alone is worth $100 a month. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even for the poorest person, Todd.
Yeah. So go on gunsblazinpodcast.com and search in there. There's a little link to our Patreon. Check it out. See if you like it. That's our army.
Yeah.
That's the real homies. That's
Start at $5 and we peak out at 100.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's going to come with some serious whatever would come.
We don't blow it up, dude. You had some serious fucking
awesome shit going
time
on.
Spent with us and some shit that we're giving away.
We're about to all become best friends. So hit to our Patreon and let's all become best friends and let's party in the summer at Todd's backyard fucking barbecue bash.
I have so many squirrels.